Hello and welcome to another edition of Gridiron History. My name is Ben Carpenter and today we're going to go back to November 17th, 1968. On that day in Oakland was a huge game. It was an AFL game. The AFL was the upstart league that began in 1960 and they had some pretty good players. This was before the league merged and the two, the NFL, AFL, before they merged. But in this game on November 17th, 1968, the Raiders and the Jets were in a tough battle. You see, the Raiders were the AFL's defending champions from the year before. They were beaten by Green Bay in the second ever Super Bowl. They were playing the New York Jets, and the Jets needed to win this game to at least tie for the Eastern Conference Championship. The game began at 4:30 Eastern Time, so a lot of families were gathered around their TV sets and dinner. Game was probably going to end about 7 o'clock that evening. From the very first play, it was a tough game. I mean, the two quarterbacks of these two teams, Joe Namath for the New York Jets and Daryle Lamonica for the Oakland Raiders, two of the best quarterbacks in both leagues. They were just amazing. In the first half, Lamonica threw 2 touchdown passes. Namath led the Jets down the field to get 2 field goals and a touchdown. And at halftime, the score was Raiders 14, Jets 12. At the third quarter was a tough battle. There was some scoring, but in the fourth quarter, it got really tight. The Raiders drove down to the 1-yard line, but fumbled. And it only took Namath 2 passes to Don Maynard, one to midfield and one 50 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets went up 26-22. I mean, there were only a few minutes remaining, and the Jets went back down, and Jim Turner of the Jets kicked a field goal, and the Jets went up 29-22. But the Raiders came back, and with Lamonica to Fred Bolitnikoff, they scored a 22-yard touchdown pass, and the game was tied at 29. Now, the Jets had the ball with 4 minutes to go in the game, but they were stopped short of the touchdown. And with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the game, Jim Turner goes out for the Jets and he kicks a field goal, and the Jets are ahead of the Raiders 32-29. Now, what some people didn't realize as the game was going on is that the game was running a little long. There were some penalties, more penalties than usual, especially when the Raiders were out there, and there were some injuries and a few measurements, and the game was running a little bit longer than normal. And right after the Jets scored with 1 minute 5, the Raiders fans are on their seats, on the edge of their seats. The Jets fans are sitting there waiting, for that next series, and all of a sudden, there was a station break. And then a commercial. And then the NBC Peacock appeared on the screen. The announcer came on and said the following program would appear in living color. Living color? Following program? What are you talking about? There's 1 minute to go. The Raiders just need to go down and score. What's going on here? Well, there was a dilemma in the NBC studios because the game was running along. They didn't know what to do. They had been telling the children of America that at 7 o'clock, Heidi was going to be on television. The children's story of Heidi. Now, the director of the game that day, he thought, there's only 1 minute and 5 seconds left in this game. There's no way the Raiders are going to score. We don't want to disappoint all these children and have angry children. So they cut away from the game to show Heidi. Now, obviously, football fans across the country were furious. The people in New York were crazy, going crazy. They flooded the switchboards. They were even calling the police. The team in New York, the NBC team said, uh-oh, what have we done? We better switch back. But by then, it was too late. The game was over. So what did the people miss? Well, the last play that the people saw after Jim Turner's field goal put the Jets ahead 32-29, the Raiders had taken the ball down to the New York 43-yard line. And that's when Heidi went on. So people missed Darryl LaMonica's throw to Fred Bolitnikoff for a 22-yard touchdown that made the score 36-32. They missed the kickoff in which the Jets fumbled and the Raiders picked it up and ran it in from 2 yards out. They missed the 14 points that the Raiders scored in the last minute of the game. The Raiders won the game, but nobody got to watch it. Heidi was the most hated word around the country for a few days, and the game is now known as the Heidi Game. But after that game, the New York Jets went on and won the AFL championship, and the New York Jets, led by Joe Namath, went on to beat the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl number 3 by a score of 16-7 to give the AFL the respect that they felt they deserved. It was not much longer after that that the NFL merged with the AFL to create one large NFL the way we have it today. So there you go, folks. The Heidi Game and what it was all about on November 17th. 1968. Take care, and we look forward to seeing you on another edition of Gridiron History.